Greetings, fellow Mission Control. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to The Altars. Episode 10, Disarming the Timebomb. Uh-oh, I'm like way over my hours here. Time to sleep. Okay, I woke up at 8:35 because of, the whole doing too much yesterday. And we also have a medic storm in 2 days. So, with the medic storm potentially coming, I have an idea, which is radiation filter. Let's uphold to 8. Repair kit, let's uphold to 4. I think that's wise. Currently in storage. Let's see. We've got 10 of the 20 polymers that we would need. So I think we just need to refine them. Let's make sure that the altars assignments are correct. Research. Let's do base. Do we have base maintenance? There really isn't any base maintenance needing doing, so I think technician, you're going to head to organics. And then miner, you're going to head to minerals. Oh, he has no arm. So, that's a thing.
What the fuck? Did you just chop your arm off?
What's it look like? A fucking prank. I had to get rid of it.
But why?
Because it wasn't just in my head. It was real. Real pain, and I ended it. Like you couldn't. Just fuck off.
Okay. So, here's the thing. He has no arm. And if we take a look here, he has a heavy injury that is worsening. So it's pretty clear we are, in fact, going to need an infirmary for him. Boy, does that complicate literally everything. So the infirmary costs 60 minerals. So we are going to be in the hunt to amass minerals as soon as we can. Oh, he wants to talk, but honestly,
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
This work is for him, so I know he wants to chat, but it's gonna have to wait. There's the minerals we need. Back to the base. And drinks on you. Cheers, dude. Build. Infirmary. I guess I could put it up there. And then production. Assignments. Infirmary bed. He's already self-assigned. Alright, let's go chat with him. He should be coming to the infirmary in a minute here. But the other thing that you can do with the infirmary is you can rest to heal radiation if your radiation climbs real high. And then the other thing I wanted to do is assignments, workshop, botanist. Although there's almost no time left in the workday.
I can see you've been down lately. Anything I can do to make you feel better?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm great.
Right. Anyway, I thought maybe we could talk. No harm in getting to know each other better.
Bro, you're not hitting on me, right?
I promise I'm not, so...
I don't know. Not much to talk about, really.
Our differences make us interesting. I'm not forcing you, but just remember I'm here for you, or you're right, talking is overrated.
That's almost insulting. The sheer fact that we're so different makes each and every one of us interesting.
Well, it makes me feel worse in comparison. A minor. When I could have somehow become a scientist. What a disappointment.
Alright, we do have the storm coming. Looks like this workshop got a little broken. Wonder what happened to the... Do we just not work the refinery for the polymer? No, we haven't. No problem, I'll do it. So there is bridge anchor number 3. And... yeah. I'll go a little bit past my time, but I'm not going to burn a lot of the morning this time by midnight oil burning here. Because I lost some time this morning due to that. So magnetic storm is coming, but I think I might be able to get all the bridge anchors down sooner than later. We'll see. Can you jettison into space? We're on the surface of a planet, so no. Magnetic storm in 1 day. Copy that. Let's go to the dorm and talk to the miner again. It's probably just to console him because he's in a terrible mood.
You're afraid. I can see that.
Afraid? I'm not 6.
Right. Still, I'd like to make sure you feel comfortable, so... what can I do?
Well, since you're asking... promise me you know what you're doing as captain.
I can't, but we're doing our best, all of us. I promise we're safe, or I'm following the corporate procedures. We can trust them. Well, I know what you guys aren't going to be voting for.
Of course I know what I'm doing. Just follow my lead and you'll be okay.
Okay, man. I trust you.
Alright, taking a look at the assignments here. I think the botanist, I'm going to put... yeah, actually, I like that. And base maintenance, I'm going to put back on the tech. We want the base to be as well maintained as possible before we're going into a magnetic storm, so there's no real issues with the storm ripping us up. I think that's pretty reasonable. And then if you're looking at their moods, he's doing okay. Getting the infirmary helped him, and everybody else is like not awesome, but okay-ish. All right, so there's...
I'd like to draw your attention to something.
all right.
We've been eating so much mush lately. I'm sick and tired of it.
Believe me, there have been periods in my life when I've been eating much worse.
I'm amazed you can even digest this sad excuse of a meal.
We're on a hostile planet. As long as we don't starve, it's not that bad.
Okay, research. Let's do the probes, and then the base maintenance.
Can't get rid of you.
You wanted to discuss something? Yes. That moron who amputated his arm for no reason. Can you believe it? At a moment like this, we can't afford to have unproductive crew members on board. Not much we can do about it now. Well, we have to do something. That's why I wanted to talk. I could fit him with a prosthetic arm.
That's a great idea, or you have more important things to take care of.
That's a great idea. Don't get beside yourself. It's a standard procedure in such cases. Of course, I'd need a little time to tweak the details, but just assign the task to me and I'll know what to do. Have no doubt, if we want to meet our targets, we'll need a miner on top 4.
All right, let's change our research and pivot towards that. That sounds about right. Progress made towards other research isn't lost. So as you can see, I had 2% of the probe's research done, and I can pick up where I left off, which is great. So, tracking the other tasks. Let me open this up. We are not... You guys voted not to do the second Rapidium mark, but we can track the other tasks. There probably is a call for Lena, but like, given that we're about to hit a magnetic storm, I've got like bigger things to deal with than to deal with that one, at least for now. So we have a bridge anchor to put down. Let me go drop that in place. I think what I'm going to do is drop that on the far side over here. So hoof it, and then use my power to like zap some space ghosts, if you will. Efficient climbing, nice. Only costs us 1, not 2. Fantastic. Oh, there. Do the anomalies come back? Yep, they sure do. Alright, we're one more anchor away from getting out of Dodge. I'm not going to be able to do that before the magnetic storm, I don't think. But I can... Let's look at assignments real quick. What is being produced? Rad filters replicates, okay. Researching the prosthetic arm, doing base maintenance, and... Alright, that all looks good. So let's get over to the minerals outpost and try to get as much minerals as we can to do the last of the polymers. So we need 40 minerals for the last anchor.
Can you come see me? There's a thing.
Let's go check in with him real quick. He's in the research lab.
You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, our one-armed friend. I've heard the scientist wants to give him a prosthetic arm to make him more productive.
And to make his life easier, or it's his job to be useful?
Yeah, and make his life easier.
You seriously concerned about how he feels? Because if you are, then you probably realize he didn't self-harm for no reason, and a prosthetic won't necessarily solve the problem.
What are you saying?
You might want to consider a different solution, more sophisticated and compassionate.
Compassionate?
Yeah, well, I was thinking, Rapidium speeds up organic growth, right? And since you created us, our whole bodies from just a DNA sample, can't you use the same technology to recreate a single limb?
So that he can cut it off again, or I don't have the tools for that?
Oh, sure. So that the miner can just cut it off again? And what if he doesn't? Look,
I know he felt that pain before, but what if this time you gave him his arm? One that would feel like a part of him from the very start. Show him that you believe he deserves a second chance. How can you be sure the pain won't come back? I can't. But something tells me it won't, because the problem is not really in his arm.
We don't have time for wild guesses or keep talking.
All right, I'm listening. The poor bastard's insecure as hell. Changing that would be a big deal. And how would you go about it? I'm sure the scientist could figure out a way. He's too efficiency-driven to commit to it, but I know you could push him to make the extra effort.
Okay. So, question for you guys. There is another task that I could talk to the scientists about, and I'll have you choose in a moment.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about the miner's arm again. What's there to talk about? The solution is simple. A prosthetic arm.
Should you agree with that, or say we could use rupidium to grow it back? Oh, okay.
I was thinking, what if we try to use rupidium to grow it back? Now, why would we want to do that?
All right. We're talking to the scientist here. How do you think he wants to be talked to? It's more compassionate. Or, it's an experiment, dude.
To experiment with this fascinating technology? You know what makes me tick? And it is tempting. The timing, not so good. We're here for a simple reason. Mine as much rupidium as we can and bring it back to Earth. Everything else has to wait.
Well, we did gain assertiveness from the technician, right? Telling us don't let people walk all over us. And here it is. Because we're assertive, because we went down that path and tried to get a resolution with the technician to sort of mend fences with him, so to speak. The assertion now is allowing us to just go, hey, you know what? Do it.
I get your point. Still, I'm convinced we should go for
Do it.
I'm making the decisions, and I'll handle the consequences. You just do your job. You seem to have it all figured out. Fine then, just assign the task to me, and I'll get to work. How's the prosthetic arm going? The design is ready. I've uploaded the blueprint to the workshop. Get to work at once, and we'll have our miner back where we need him.
Okay, so we finished the regular prosthetic arm, but hey, we're going to do the serum for it instead. Alright, I need to go back, get some minerals. So, production, refinery, I need... Oh, we already have a pack of minerals. So I really only need 8 more minerals for the last bridge anchor. That's, like, nothing. So let's just get that right quick. Does anyone want to talk to the miner about this? Oh, you know, it'll be a surprise. Surprise, you got a limb. You know how that works, right? Like, that's totally how people want to be talked to.
All done. Should I take care of this now?
Okay, we have the polymers. And now, the last bridge anchor. So we've got 7 rad filters and 3 repair kits. We didn't quite finish this stuff. I'm gonna help to try to move it. Oh, hold on. Let's we do have a magnetic storm coming tomorrow, so let's do the bridge anchors last and do rad filter and repair kits, because we're probably gonna get slammed. And I'll burn a little bit of midnight oil, making sure we have more rad filters. Now, there is an opportunity for us to amass organics during the radiation storm, as the scientist informed us of. So that would be a pretty good idea, because we're down to 109 organics for the trip. and having more organics would be great. Also, here is the large storage room. As you can see, it is pretty. Alright. This is all that we've got. It's a big room. Was there a call from Lena? Probably. Now that we've, like, settled all that stuff, let's see if we can field it. Alright, summon the botanist to talk to Lena. Oh boy!
I'd like to be alone, please.
Nope.
So, how did it go?
Wow. It was something to hear her voice again. I can't thank you enough. But she was completely different with me than, well, with the real me, you know? Constantly on her toes, almost like we'd become strangers. It was so sad.
Well, what did you talk about?
She was disturbed by the fact we're struggling. I'm struggling to build a bridge, all on my own. Also, she was suspicious about the mining ops director. What's his name? Maxwell?
You were supposed to reassure. Looks like you had an honest talk, or suspicious. Why?
Suspicious? Why? Well, she doesn't know a lot about him, how he got that job and all. She said it's strange that he's keeping everything so hush-hush while we're obviously having trouble to get out of here. And that he might be playing games to get all the credit for finding rupidium at the cost of your safety.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, for reference, the rescue operation to come save us was in the planning stages once we found rupidium. Basically, they were in no rush to rescue us because the longer we're here, the more rupidium we hypothetically get. So it behooves them to let us toil here as long as possible before we die. But not let us die, but sort of force us to get as much rupidium as possible.
Looks like you two had an honest talk.
Almost.
Oh yeah, of course. You didn't tell her about...
No. She thought I was you. Hell, it was tough for me to lie to her. She seemed so distant. How the hell did you manage to fuck up such a good thing?
Hey.
What? You wanted my help, didn't you?
And did you help?
I tried. But there's one thing she's really touchy about.
What's that?
She can't understand why you went on this mission. It seems important to her. Why did you go?
I did it for myself, I did it to impress her, or that's none of your business. So, again, for reference, primary Yawn 1, let's call it, Yawn the Builder, had a lot of opportunities fall through and ended up on Project Dolly as a new a way for like a new start.
I just needed to go somewhere far away, get away from it all, from, everything. So I did it for myself, I guess.
You're making it hard to help you. Can't you see that it's not the moment you signed the contract she's upset about? It's about what led to that moment, and I can't tell you what it was because
we branched apart long before that. Yeah. And maybe that's the moment you should focus on. Think about where you took a different path and why.
How's that gonna make her less angry at me? Once you put your finger on the problem, get back to me. We'll figure it out. Promise.
So let's see how that did on his move. He is clearly sad. He's gloomy. Yeah. It might be good that, like, he had that talk, but not that good. Okay, we're exhausted. I need to get to sleep because we're burning tomorrow's time. And we are heading into a storm in 13 hours, so I want to make the most of tomorrow by probably mining organics during the storm, provided it don't kill me. Because we're gonna get a storm in 5 hours.
Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss.
I'd like to
Let's
be
meet.
alone, please.
God, everyone wants a conversation right now. It's kind of a problem. I'm going to actually do the conversations later because I don't want to use up pre-storm time. So one of the reasons why is we do have the last bridge anchor to make and install potentially before the storm. Which would be really nice. Frees up a lot of storage. And then we have all like the storm prep. So assignments. Let's make sure that the botanist is working. Yeah, okay, that works. Kitchen. Instead, you're going to do base maintenance. And it looks like the techie is a little mad. I don't know what made him mad. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what made him mad. He's just mad. Another thing. The serum has 4 hours left to go. And then I'll go back to probes upgrade. And I'll have the conversation with them after I get the bridge anchor down. Which I left the last bridge anchor to be deployed pretty close to the base, so it's easy to get to at least. So as a result of building the bridge anchor, I can now cross to the other side on foot, which is pretty neat. 2 hours until the storm comes. Okay. I'll have conversations with them after I become irradiated enough that I need to turn in. Now, I know that the last magnetic storm we had come in spawned ground resources, so it's probably in my best benefit to collect all the current ground resources that exist before the next storm comes in. Because the storm isn't going to add more resources on top of the resources that are already here, so I might as well use up the resources that are here. And yes, chat is correct. If you're trying to vote with the in-game choices and not the poll that you see in the top right, you can't just type numbers. That's not how that works. Now, the other thing that I could mine up during this storm that I realize, which I think I'm going to do instead, is Rapidium. And the reason is, even if we're not necessarily trying to get Rapidium back for HQ, Rapidium is, of course, very useful for, like, making things like prosthetic arms or altars. And I don't have a whole lot of it at the moment, so I was planning on spending some of this storm time Rapidiuming, if you will. Which should be just up here, and the storm's about to hit us. Literally just moments to spare. Perfect.
All right. Place is damaged. Should I work on this while you're scheduling repairs?
So the research lab failed.
Should I work on this while you're scheduling repairs?
A lot of things are failing.
Should I move there?
Looking at the assignments. Tech is still trying to maintain the base as best he can. The botanist is in the workshop trying to keep up with the filters, and then the research is continuing again.
Should I resolve this? Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
Okay, I am plenty irradiated, but we did get a lot of rupidium mining done. And we need probes upgrade. Okay, there we go. And let's do base maintenance. So assignments, research, scientist. Now that that's done, I didn't get the organics that I wanted to get in this storm, but I'm like plenty irradiated. I'm not going to go back out there. It's going to get lethal pretty quick. So instead, let's go talk to the people that are up and about. But it also means that we have research lab. We have some things to talk about here.
How's work on the miner's new arm going? I came up with something. You could call it a serum. You can brew it in the kitchen, if you like. The arm should grow back within hours, but don't sue me if his mental problems aggravate. Aggravate? It's an experiment, isn't it? The outcome is always hard to predict. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay. So the serum needs organics and minerals that I currently do not have.
Can't get rid of you.
Wow, he's pissed. All right, taking a look at the altars. Angry, smiling, sad, scared. So tomorrow, my plan is to brew up the serum for the miner, and then hit the organics mining to try to get as much fuel as we need to get moving. Movie night during a magnetic storm? Watching movies in the social room is a group activity that allows you to boost moods of all your altars at once. Watching a movie takes 3 hours and gives your altars an emotional boost. Everyone seemed a bit pissed, so if there was ever a time to do it, it was now. It does make me exhausted, but I thought it was probably worth it given that they were all
Long day, huh?
peeved. A way to ride out the storm, let's say. There's an emergency in the base. Another magnetic storm in 15 hours. Yikes. No rest for the wicked. Alright, the command center has an emergency. As far as assignments go, the technician is on duty, so it should be okay. So what I want to do is I want to get the minerals and the organics. But there's currently a magnetic storm, and I'm somewhat irradiated, but, like, so be it. I'm gonna do it anyway. The organics will actually be easier to mine up during the storm. Wow, even the QC just went down. Yes, my radiation is climbing like crazy, like gangbusters, but it's for my homies. So there's the serum. Takes 4 hours to cook up.
The module needs repairing. Should I work somewhere else for now?
Yes. Work in the workshop and then produce repair kits. Although we don't have the materials for it at the moment.
Hi.
And as far as research goes, yeah, base maintenance didn't actually get done because the lab broke.
I don't have enough resources to continue.
Long
Should I address
day,
this
huh?
instead? The module needs repairing. Should I work somewhere else for now?
Oh, here we go. I have the serum for the arm. I have something for you.
I have something for you.
If it's painkillers, I don't need them anymore. I'm fine.
No. I've decided to grow you a new arm.
What?
Yeah. Sounds crazy, but here it is. A special Dulski brew made only with freshly mined rupidium.
You're fucking with me.
Why would I? I want you to be happy.
Okay, you are fucking with me. Grow back my chopped off arm? Yeah, that's a good one, man.
No, not grow it back. It'll be a new one this time. Your own arm.
Oh, wow.
It'll be part of you, and I'm hoping it won't cause you pain anymore.
Shit, man. This is, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's confusing as fuck, but you're really getting me used to that. Okay, yeah. What the hell? I guess if you want to experiment on me. Why not?
All right, how are we doing medic storm wise? There's a lot that is breaking down, but I think we're okay. I really can't go outside because of my my sickness. So the reason I don't want to check into the infirmary, there is a cost to resting in a infirmary bed, which is it heals your radiation, but you'll rest a lot longer in it than otherwise. So if you want to use your time efficiently, just letting your radiation go down naturally is more effective, which is why I haven't been jumping in those beds to reduce my radiation level. So what can I do while I wait? We're basically out of organics entirely. I guess I could cook.
What a fucked up world we live in, huh?
We're low on raw food. And we're also low on organics. We have 40 rupidium, but basically no other resources other than food to speak of. We're doing actually okay, considering we have the entire bridge built. But now we have to make the push for a considerable amount of organics to be able to get the ship moving, or the base, I should say, moving, before the sun makes us die. And during a magnetic storm, there is no phone calls. All right, so the scientist is working on base maintenance second slot, which would be pretty useful to be able to counter some of the storm damage, because the storm knocks parts out of our base rapidly. Let's see. And then let's go to the machining and check up on the rad timing. 2 days, 2 hours during a rad storm. That's actually not bad at all. Thank you for tuning in to The Alters, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I've asked for no spoilers, so if you could respect that in the comments, that would be great. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow alters.